Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber Security Plus podcast. This series helps you prepare for the CompTIA Security Plus exam with focused explanations and practical context. For a companion study guide, check out the Achieve CompTIA Security Plus 701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. It is the most concise and complete Security Plus guide on the market, built for busy professionals who want to pass the exam fast and on their first try. You can find this book and others at cyberauthor.me. In this episode, we are focusing on a powerful yet often overlooked part of cybersecurity planning: comprehensive testing for resilience. Most organizations put a lot of effort into developing continuity plans, disaster recovery strategies, and backup systems, but none of that preparation means much if it is never tested. Just like a fire drill helps people stay calm and respond quickly in an emergency, resilience testing helps organizations ensure their recovery plans and systems actually work when needed. We will explore three major types of testing you need to understand for both the Security Plus exam and real-world resilience planning: tabletop exercises, failover testing, and simulations, including parallel processing. Each of these plays a unique role in preparing an organization to respond to incidents and maintain operations. Let us begin with tabletop exercises. A tabletop exercise is a structured, discussion-based event where team members walk through a simulated emergency scenario. These exercises are designed to test the decision-making process, clarify roles and responsibilities, and identify gaps in the plan. The benefits of tabletop exercises are significant. First, they help organizations uncover weaknesses in their procedures before a real incident exposes them. Second, they build confidence among team members, helping everyone understand how to respond under pressure. Third, they improve communication and coordination across departments by clarifying who is responsible for what. For example, if an attack targets a company's customer database, does the legal department know when to notify regulators? Does the communications team know how to handle press inquiries? Tabletop exercises help answer those questions in a low-risk environment. To conduct an effective tabletop exercise, start by choosing a realistic scenario. This might involve a ransomware attack, a natural disaster, or a widespread system failure. Then, gather the key personnel who would be involved in responding to that type of incident. This often includes IT staff, executives, legal counsel, and human resources. A facilitator presents the scenario step by step, prompting the team to explain how they would respond at each stage. Notes are taken on what works, what is unclear, and where the plan needs improvement. Afterward, a formal review is conducted to document findings and update the organization's response plan. Ideally, these exercises should be conducted regularly and vary in complexity to reflect evolving threats. Now let us turn to failover testing. Failover is the process of automatically or manually switching from a failed system or component to a backup system. Failover testing ensures this process works as intended. For systems that promise high availability or continuous uptime, failover is essential. But like any system, it must be tested under controlled conditions to confirm that everything performs correctly. Failover testing can include many components: network routing, load balancing, replicated databases, and power systems. For example, if a primary web server goes offline, the system should reroute traffic to a standby server. Or if a power failure occurs, uninterruptible power supplies and generators should kick in. If these mechanisms are never tested, they may fail when it matters most. Real-world examples highlight why failover testing matters. In one case, a financial institution had a redundant data center designed to take over if the primary facility went offline. On paper, the plan looked solid, but when the primary site suffered a sudden power loss, the failover did not happen. Later investigations found that a configuration error had gone undetected because the system had never been properly tested. The organization faced hours of downtime and regulatory scrutiny. In contrast, a media company that regularly tested its failover systems experienced a smooth transition during a denial-of-service attack. Their users never noticed the outage, and operations continued without disruption. The key takeaway is this: Failover testing must be part of the organization's regular maintenance schedule. It is not a one-time setup, but an ongoing process. Systems change, networks evolve, and staff rotate. What worked last year may no longer work today. Proper failover testing helps you catch these issues before they become business crises. Now let us talk about simulations and parallel processing. These are advanced forms of testing used to validate disaster recovery plans and resilience under near-real conditions. A simulation mimics a real-world disaster and requires participants to react in real time, using actual systems and procedures. Parallel processing, meanwhile, involves running backup systems alongside production systems without switching over completely. This allows teams to test recovery capabilities while keeping the main operation online. Simulations are typically more intense than tabletop exercises. They might involve disabling access to certain services, simulating data corruption, or invoking emergency communications protocols. The purpose is to stress test not just the technology, but also the human response. Simulations reveal how people behave when systems fail, how quickly they can switch to backups, and whether coordination breaks down under pressure. Parallel processing is often used in high-availability environments where downtime is unacceptable. For example, a healthcare provider may replicate patient records from its main system to a standby environment. Periodically, they run both systems in parallel to ensure the backup is current and can take over immediately if the main system goes down. This reduces the risk of data loss and provides assurance that recovery will be fast and complete. Let us look at a real-world example. A logistics company that delivers emergency supplies conducted a full simulation involving its supply chain tracking system. The exercise involved taking key servers offline and requiring the IT team to activate the backup site, update records, and maintain customer communications, all in real time. As a result, they identified issues with data synchronization and corrected them before a real disaster could strike. Another organization in the public sector used parallel processing to test its voting systems before an election. By running the backup system alongside the live system and checking for discrepancies, they verified system integrity while continuing to serve the public. From a Security Plus exam perspective, you need to understand the difference between these types of testing and the role each one plays. Tabletop exercises test planning and communication. Failover testing ensures backup systems activate correctly. Simulation stress test the full recovery process under real-time pressure. Parallel processing allows testing in live environments without disrupting operations. You may be asked which method is best suited for a given scenario. Focus on the goals, whether it is testing awareness, validating technical processes, or practicing recovery under realistic conditions. Here is a helpful tip. If a question focuses on evaluating decision-making without impacting live systems, tabletop exercises are the likely answer. If the scenario mentions verifying redundancy and switching between systems, think failover testing. If the scenario involves running real-time drills that use actual systems and people, simulations are your clue. If the question describes running a backup system alongside production to test recovery, then parallel processing is the answer. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cybersecurity Plus podcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com. And before you take the test, make sure to check out the practice questions in the book Achieve CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. They cover every domain and are a powerful way to lock in your knowledge.